Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The pass rush specialist, Dee Ford, in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Murray. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. He's got a first down or more inside the 30, and he'll be taken down at the 26. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Now Jackson on first down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The sack by Terrell Suggs. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Terrell Suggs. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. On third down, Jackson. And he's able to find Diggs. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And I'm sure for these guys, the break from the conference championship to the Super Bowl seems so long. To get out here and score that first touchdown has to take some tension out of the game.
Oh, I love the point you just made about the gap between. Think about the pressure that is built in the interim. To come out and get the first points in the Super Bowl, fantastic for the team.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. John Ross. 75 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on second and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on fourth down here. Here we go on fourth down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Murray going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 7-7, our score after 1. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it with Bell. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him.
Brendan, let's file this play away for later. Let's note this play because, to me, it's not out of the question that the decision to pass up the 3 there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Murray now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Throwing on first down is Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Leonard Floyd. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. On the ground, this is Johnson. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb, and he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Matt Weil now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Jackson to return. Touchdown, Philadelphia! He returns the punt 64 yards on the score. And the Eagles have taken the lead. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Michael Gallup, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Murray. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And here we go on 4th down with Murray. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Nice stick. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 42 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their off.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4's coming. Oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It's a second down run with Sanders. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
56 is the mark.
Murray now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Aho. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Eluding the pressure right. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. It's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. There he goes, left side. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. John Ross, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. Third down here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. On play action, it's Murray. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. John Ross with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And Diggs has it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs. 57 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away. Yeah. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Play action. Now it's Murray. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. John Ross with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast. No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before, because that worked.
but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. Powering his way forward. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anton Exum. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
17 yards and a first down for Philly. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And that touchdown just might do it.
I would agree. That probably does. Barring a miracle, they're in great shape.
Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah. That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Jackson to throw. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw it. Murray steps away to his left. yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot for Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king, not a pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home, and there's so many milkers bird in my dome, and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, as the vessels alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like think you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone jaws. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part like them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Company. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. The young
incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials.
Select the team. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left.
This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my best are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my best are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated yourself, I never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the sign of a dessert. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely my best are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my best are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my best are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my best are off. Everything was better off.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry coat is shield. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, your pop and your projects. Hey,
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold as shield. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal. Say this one for your photo reel. Blessing got the testing, I'ma show them skills.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Yeah, so suspenseful. I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead. Easy to get rich or dead. Trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze, I won't, I can't lose. Ready, rest or up there. Do what you can to do, make it next.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry cold as shield. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way before the deal.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
This one for your photo reel. Blessing got the testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
my jewelry cold as shield. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
On the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Loves my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
No, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Loves my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
You ready? STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I got it.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on
my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winner's side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride? Never try. You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it
The
out.
Dolphins are now on the clock.
Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
On the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Lace up the shoes. Chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes. Chase W's. Yeah. Beats. Leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coops. No, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Throw up, forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show
The
up.
Bengals are now on the clock.
When you grow up, they used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with
The
my
Seahawks are now on the clock.
Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, deal with the hands.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. Yeah.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
They on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Competition up like a handful. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I
The
want.
Bengals are now on the clock.
Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
100 yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can carve the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Never slip nor stumble. I take off, move, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like,
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Like I'm Barry Sanders, chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? In the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define
The Bengals are now on the clock.
black and gifted masterpiece, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah,
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
The Eagles are now on the clock.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Potts, and Dave went.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
So hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs on
The Raiders are now on the clock.
The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We're giving the show. But can you
The
rock?
Bengals are now on the clock.
Talk about space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate to dub.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
unlike you and your chess men. We installed out in you and your yes men. And if
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep flow.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Ready? Set? Jump to
The Raiders are now on the clock.
steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? Fool. Close encounter of what kind?
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
The Raiders are now on the clock.
You better call back up. Running it down the finish.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, oh God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna
The
go
Dolphins
big.
are now on the clock.
Love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. But it's in, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week
The
to
Falcons
count it.
are now on the
Then
clock.
Back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handle
The
never had
Eagles
one.
are now on the clock.
With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no more. You better call back up. I'm running it down the finish. I don't play, get down and get it.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
See me now, oh God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top of the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it, blinding my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mid dot.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me
The
a
Raiders
reason.
are now on the
I'm
clock.
undefeated, top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no more. You better call back up. I'm running it down the finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, oh God, I'm litty. I know that you
The
tryna go
Bengals
big.
are now on the clock.
You love to spin. Better kill it and
The
did it again.
Bengals are now on the clock.
I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What
The
would you
Raiders
do if you
are now on the
really
clock.
didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell
The
my son I
Seahawks
love
are now on the clock.
Make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for
The
life.
Falcons are now on the clock.
Magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, it's crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars driving fast. I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems. Let me. When I'm in magic with the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
Time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away.
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
He the only reason why do not get violent.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Hey, swear it all makes sense. Hey, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty way.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Made a shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
And she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, damn saucy.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm time to bring the bass bird.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
All I ever do is ball, man. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I got power.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Couldn't eat or watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find it so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up. Gourmet.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up. Gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
But I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You said that you ballin', keep it real though.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss? Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
I don't kiss and tell, keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish you well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills, they can't get it by themselves.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Get some good at my place.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Rose on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
What is wrong? I make a joke. Everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy,
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I could get it by myself.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
By myself, I'ma get it by myself.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Whole team counted, that's a big number.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
With the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
The iPhone don't got a jet mode.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Hit your store and I'ma catch those. Mexicans, I make pesos. Hit your sons, I'ma replace those. Never save no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Whole team counted, that's
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin when he stretch a disc. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her like she can count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit on my ex. She like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Big numbers.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
That's a big number.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Big numbers.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Big numbers. Blue punts. Whole team count, that's a big number.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh?
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Playing skills, you did it.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
She wanna be famous, they made us.
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
I say this, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock.
All on my wrist, AOB, just all off of getting money since I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't
touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hank got choked on, that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out the back, then dip. Got a whole party out on the ship. All these four things pull out the bip. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. Play, you know how I drip.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
All in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Why you do that like that?
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
I ain't never coming back to way to stretch. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grind from man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an A.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
It's a lot of money. Why are you
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Rick Rock.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Tell your daddy, tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag of off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
And if you choose to run
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
When I'm in a mud league, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
If you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag a bulk me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
You gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20. Snoop
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
Chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition.
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
Shake them, I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them, I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey, made the foot and work, I don't think they really heard.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
I do a good job.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Somebody might win it now.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes, but I don't trip
The
about it.
Bengals are now on the clock.
Closer than a match, and plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Somebody might want it now.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell as the vessels alone.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, another loss. GPS.
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock.
Determination, laser focus, banging on they though they taking notice.
The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in, so you feel it. I ain't never faking.
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
From within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soaking it. I'm a prophet to
the Dolphins are now on the clock.
Got them fixing up they actors, now they truly
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'm seeing 2020
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Daily manifesting on my premonitions.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
Got my own religion. The brainwash gotta make your
The
own
Dolphins
decision.
are now on the
My
clock.
word is James Bond. I stay on a mission, coming for the top position. Ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing. Fuck the opposition, ain't all that lane switching. This is what the game is.
The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock.
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
What you do?
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, down the tide? You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard. On the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Little beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your...
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Now this matchup, an important one for Week 1, an NFC East bout right off the bat. These two teams have met twice a year since 1936. 168 meetings. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Malcolm Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 23. They go play action now. Wilson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Let's go, let's go!
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Chris Jones on the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
On 2nd down now, it's Miller. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. This is McCoy. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, it's 9-0. Mayfield on first down. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Gano the extra point. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs. If you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Here comes LaShawn McCoy as he trots back out there now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game planned for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. They've been faced with a tough test today here. Crowd's been really good. They're struggling. He's struggling. We'll see if they can pick things up.
And the crowd has had an impact, and they feel good about that because he's not playing very well. Not getting the ball to the right places, not doing things he normally does. He's got to find a way to turn it around against this hostile group.
Yeah, because on the road, don't you look to your quarterback a lot?
You have to, because you certainly can't look to the crowd to help you. They're there to be against you, so your quarterback has to lead you. And the best way he can do it is to play well.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On third down, Mayfield. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Running on first down, Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Mayfield off the play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. There for the sack, Everson Griffin.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Mayfield to throw it. That's into the hands of Reynolds. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now it's Tate. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Let's shift now and discuss Deshaun Jackson, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, Z, right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be second and goal. Throwing is Wilson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal. Here's McCoy. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the two. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
36 power.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain. On third and goal, Wilson. The quick slant caught. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth and goal. And they'll run for it with Miller. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Lamar Miller taking it in. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. Fourth and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done at the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
Because Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Malcolm Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Lamar Miller. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gano the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And
nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Washington. James Conner 76 yards. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that takes us from second to third down. Play action. Now Wilson. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Marcus Hunt. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Malcolm Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Mayfield on play action. And he's going to go down again. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Austin Eckler, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at Week 1, oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in Week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. A first down throw from Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malcolm Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see it.
And the pressure gets to him again. K.J. Wright getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Malcolm Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
It's a 45-yard punt and a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Deshaun Jackson getting set to go again on offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought. A first down carry now for Miller. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K.J. Wright, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, it's Miller. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it. And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the start.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, no. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rocking over pearls and the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the rocket like rocket fuel.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles. A few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Now Mostert. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. On 2nd and 9, Watson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And Diggs has it. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flushed out right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again is Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is when we find out what he has underneath that jaw.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big run there. 29 yards and a 1st. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Here's Wilson to throw. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really...
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Cost them.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson buying time to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Wilson. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feel all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissue. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This is Mostert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Watson now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler, Byron Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys are picking it off. They're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Well, the connection, this is Ryan Izzo, complete. On first down, it's Gore. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Watson dancing to his left. He'll try. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
When I see a play like that, I come worth the risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll run on first down. Miller, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no wind. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out, had to force the field goal.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. Watson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Here's Watson being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Watkins, the intended receiver. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Wilson going deep here for Bryant. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
We got this.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
36 power.
To throw is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Past the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. And they'll give Miller another crack. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Lamar Miller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Flush to his right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. On first down, Miller. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
That one good for 33 and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dez Bryant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Here's Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll let this, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they...
We clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll run. It's Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now it's Miller running right. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to revert. And he's in! Touchdown, Eagles! LaShawn McCoy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and they converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Now it's Hines. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the fly, watch the fly.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Here's Watson. Flushed out right. And that's off the mark. Incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they...
He's got a man, complete, the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed.
And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson forced out to his left. And Sanders has got it complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
19. 25.
We got three.
Back to throw, Watson. It's complete to Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Watson eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick six TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your door and I'ma catch those. Mexicans, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause I like she can count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs and hippies. Women like think you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Give everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part like them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to do well. Not worry about taking a couple of. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Talk the talk, take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020, yeah. VVS, Clarity, yeah. Determination, laser focus, banging on they know they taking notice. Determination, laser focus, banging on they know they taking notice.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to you say that you.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, their 6-year quarterback, hailing from Fresno State. That's Derek Carr.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes
last week. 2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Carr to throw, and Dixon has it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game: 13 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
On 3rd down, it's Miller. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
180. Hey, we're good. 180. What's up?
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Montgomery. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
And time to spotlight Golden Tate. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Yeah, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to let one fly for Tate, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Philly, and even 40 yards.
We spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the free safety, LaMarcus Joyner, that time, able to make the play. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They'll try to field goal now with Graham Gano. This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Carr. Crabtree has it. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. And you want to talk about active hands. These guys, these defensive backs, these linebackers, they've had active hands.
Almost reminds you of those great basketball teams, the ones that really defend. And we talk about the length that they have and able to get their hands on ball.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6.
Pardon me, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Carr now to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get out to the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Here's a look at Golden Tate as he heads back onto the field now. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 52 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Wilson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, this confidence should be sky high.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You've got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you. Try and score when given the opportunity.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. It's a screen to Richard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
That's complete to his tight end, Waller. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The kick by Bryant is good. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually...
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this week. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision